Good morning, everybody. And I know the camera is a little weird, but it wanted me to put it in landscape mode for some weird reason. So we're in landscape mode, and the way the dash cluster is set up, there's a hump, so it's kind of angled like this instead of being like this. So, but we are headed up to my mom's house. I'm going to take my stepdad to the campground that we just started going to a couple years ago. We used to go up north to Traverse City every year on the week of the 4th of July, back when my grandma was alive, and the past couple of years, right up until before she passed away, we quit going. So we decided that we'd go to a campground. We used to stay right on the bay of Lake, well, it's like a peninsula type thing. It's not actual Lake Michigan, but it's an inlet and an outlet to Lake Michigan, but it's still considered Lake Michigan. So we've been trying to get a hold of these guys, this campground, and make reservations, but they haven't been calling us back or nothing. So we're going to go up there and assert our authority. Not really, we're just going to go and see what's up, why they haven't returned our calls. So I've probably got about 15 to 20 minute drive to my mom's house, and then I'm going to cut the stream. But the other drive is going to be about a half an hour, 45 minutes, because we got to go north a little bit. But I just thought I'd bring you guys along for the ride up. And this person can get off my ass. I'm an asshole driver. If you guys ride my ass, I will. If I'm going 60, 65, and a 55, and you're riding my ass, I'm gonna slow down to 45. I will, or slower, just to piss you off. I am that person. My car right now is in the shop. I have a blown head gasket, so that's a pretty penny to repair. But I'm ready to get back into it. I drove it to the shop yesterday, and it felt so weird. The steering in this thing is kind of sloppy. Like, if you notice me wiggling it, the truck does not respond to that at all. But in my car, it did, and it was super weird. After like 3 weeks of not driving it and then jumping back in, it's just weird. I got people in front of me too, so it's not like I'm just going slow to go slow. Go ahead, go around. And then what? You're gonna cut in front of one of these guys, you fucking asshole? Passing 3 people. Look at this. Okay, 2 people right on a hill. Like, and then yes! Get behind that van and hit your brakes, you dumbass. Yes! Oh man, I don't even know if it... Jesus Christ, these people are stupid. Man. We're gonna end up passing them here in a little bit and seeing them on in the side of the ditch. Crazy. So today is Friday. It is my last day off. It's 8:24 right now. As we're headed up here, I kind of wanted to get an early start to the day, go get this done. Last night, yesterday at about 3 to 4, anywhere in between there, I was giving the guinea pigs a snack. I was talking to my mom on the phone, and I was giving the pigs a snack, and I kind of noticed there was something wrong with Winston. He's the Abyssinian. He's the white and brown. Kayla just walked in the door, so I told my mom, you know, hey, I'm going to let you go. We got dinner going in the crock pot. It's pretty close to being done. Kayla just walked in, so I'm going to let you go, and I'll talk to you later. Well, I noticed when I was giving the pigs their snack, Winston was kind of doing one of these numbers with his head, kind of shaking it. And he kept his head to the side, and he was kind of doing like this and shaking his head like this and walking to the side his head was. So that really scared me. You know, I was like, oh, this is not good. We've got to find a vet. And the problem is, okay, we have, I'm going to count real quick. Person, Belden, stand chair, Lakeview. We have 5 or 6 littler cities and towns. Some of them actually are townships. They're not even considered cities. But they're pretty small, you know, one lane road. But there's about, you know, it's all farm country around me, like so, you know. And we have vets, but none of them do exotic animals, and the guinea pigs are considered exotic. So it's about a 40-minute drive just to the beginning part of Grand Rapids from where I live. And we called our local vet, and they said they don't do them. The closest one that did do them was about 15 minutes away, which isn't bad, but the problem with that is we couldn't get in until 10 o'clock today. And I was not going to let him be like that without being seen, because if he would have passed away last night, knowing that we could have at least tried to prevent it and get him care, we weren't going to take that risk. So they actually gave us a number to like an animal emergency room, which was all the way in Grand Rapids. So we ended up driving 45 to an hour minutes away to go and get Winston seen. And so what he has is a middle ear infection, which if we wouldn't have got him seen, it can progress into the same thing as what vertigo is for humans. So if we ended up catching it really, really soon, and they gave us some antibiotics and some pain meds for him. He still had an appetite. He was still pretty spunky, but just being kind of hung over like this with your head shaking was kind of concerning, and we didn't really want him, obviously, to pass away. We've only had him for about 7 months, you know, and we love the little guys. So even though they're little bitches and they run from us, they don't like to be touched, we still love the piss out of them, you know. I mean, just the other day, me and Kayla both are animal lovers, through and through, and it was Wednesday. I was sitting at home. Kayla had just left for work, and she calls me and says, hey, there's a rabbit on the side of the road. And you might stop and think to yourself, like, okay, so what? There's rabbits everywhere. Well, this one was in a cage. Somebody had dropped this domesticated rabbit off. It was only about 1.5 years old, and it was litter trained. So these people took the time to litter train this rabbit, and then they just dropped it off. So this was like 2 hours before I had to go to work. No big deal, right? Yeah. Try and find somebody to take a fucking rabbit at like spur of the moment. Okay, I just got done explaining to you that our local vets don't do rabbits really aren't exotic, but the only things they take in are dogs and cats. So the vet wouldn't take them. So I went to the local police station and I was like, hey, you know, we found this rabbit on the side of the road. It's trained. It's somebody's pet, and we can't have it because of our landlord. And if we would have had our own place, we would have kept it. We would have kept him. He was the sweetest little bunny. He came right to you. He wasn't like the guinea pigs. He didn't run. But so they were like, you know, we don't do that. And unfortunately, our county doesn't have animal control. Figures, right? She's like, the best thing I would maybe recommend is calling DNR. Okay, so I called our DNR post, which is actually a city out, one city south of us. And they were like, we don't do domesticated animals. We only deal with wild animals. Try and go to your local pet shop. He also said that our county, if I would have called the county or the sheriff's office, that they probably would have been able to do something, because he said that he's been in there multiple times and he has seen some sort of, you know, animal control. Now, we might not fund it, but they might hold the animals, whether if it's a stray, they might hold it until they can find the owner before they take it to the vet or the pound. But I don't know. So I went to the local pet store, and when I was in there, they were like, nope, we don't bring in any outside animals. We can't do it. Fleas, ticks get all over the animals in here, and we can't do it. Well, there was a couple ladies that were standing on the inside, and you could tell that they were, you know, just as much animal lovers as we are. And one of the ladies came around and was like, well, do you have it with you? And we were like, yeah, it's outside. She was like, do you mind if I come look at it? I can tell you what the breed is. I can sex it for you. And so she came out, she told us what the breed was, and she sexed it. It was like a 1.5 to 2 year old male. He's been fixed. And I was talking to her, and I had said, you know, well, there's a guy at work I know that has a lot of animals, but I know he's got snakes, and I don't know if that's a good combination, you know. And I had said his name, which actually in a couple of farm sim streams you've seen me play with him. It's Souls, W Souls. It was actually his wife, and she was like, we got talking, and she's like, where do you work? And I told her, and she's like, what's your department? I was like, fine machining. And she goes, what's your name? And I told her, and she goes, you work with Souls. I was like, yeah. I was like, he's my unloader. She's like, well, before she found out, she knew who I was. She was like, my husband would kill me. I already have 20 rabbits. And no joke, they have 20 rabbits. She's like, my husband would kill me. And, you know, because at this point, we started this journey 2 hours before I had to go to work. Now, we're looking at like 45 minutes and I gotta be at work. I still had to pay my car insurance, and I still had to do a little bit of running around. So I was like, shit, you know, we gotta figure something out. We can't keep this rabbit. So I was like, no, you know, your husband he'll be fine. He'll just be like, what the hell? Because somebody on today was gonna, you know, comes to our town every day and has rabbit rescue. So then she found out who I was, and she's like, all right, we'll take him. Just go to the house and drop him off, because I've picked up Souls before. So long story short is, I am beyond grateful for Souls and his wife for taking the rabbit that we found on the side of the road, because we had, you know, there was nothing we could do. Hey, what's up, Neil? You know, it was, if we didn't live in the apartment and didn't already have to pull the teeth of my landlord to be able to keep the guinea pigs, then we would have definitely kept him. Right there's the popo. Keep it going. Keep it going. Wouldn't that be nuts if I was doing a live stream and I got pulled over? I'd be like, hey dude, you're live on YouTube. It would kind of suck though. The cops up here are very, very finicky. They'll literally pull you over for doing 5 miles and over the speed limit. It's kind of ridiculous, but didn't want my phone to fall. Exactly, 20 seconds of fame for the police. You got to realize, though, I am a huge police supporter, though. I mean, I've got my Thin Blue Line lanyard, so. I have the Thin Blue Line flag, and then I got a couple stickers from my car as well. One of them says I back the men who protect this line, or something like that. And then I just got the the Thin Blue Line flag as well. And then on my toolbox at work, I actually have a Thin Blue Line sticker on my toolbox too. So. Alrighty. So we're here. If you look behind trees, like, and it's super laggy when I do this, but all the woods back there, and then all of that field behind these houses, we actually own all that property. So it's pretty cool. We got some pretty good land up here. But guys, I am just getting ready to pull into my mom's driveway, so I'm gonna let you guys off here. Thank you guys for stopping by. Hello, son. Wow. And I will probably catch you guys on the way back to my house. I'll probably fire up another live stream on the way back. So thank you all for stopping by and hanging out. I do appreciate it so very, very much. And on that note, I will see you guys in the next live stream. See you guys.